Let's get it. Let's get it. We're gonna get straight into it. Clap it up. Late start tonight. Let's see what's going on with this speaker. The one that's having this issue. Light goes off and on. Let's see. But we are with the ISUBK, start out on 1 West 125th Street under Commander Johanna. We're gonna get straight into the class. Are there any questions in the room? Go ahead.
Can I get a breakdown on Exodus 30 and 24? I just wanted to know if we still use that type of oil today.
Exodus 30 and 24. All right. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 30 and verse 24. And of Casna 500 shekels after the shekels of the sanctuary and the oil olive in hand.
Okay. Good job.
And then
Good.
25.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. And thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment and ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be an holy anointing oil.
Okay, so the specific recipe that you're talking about with all these spices in 23?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay. So, as I'm familiar, I know we do use olive oil as our anointing oil, but as far as adding the cinnamon and the cardamom and all these different things, we may have that in the school, but from my understanding, it's usually just typically olive oil. Yeah. So, that is a question I can check on, though. I can always see if that's something that they may do. Put it in the notes. These questions. Any other questions? Well, go ahead.
I get a breakdown on Revelation chapter 6, verse 5 through 6.
Six, 5. 6 and 6.
6, chapter 6, verse 5.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 6 and verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I behold, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Right.
Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. Okay, what's the specific question?
Sorry, I was kind of connecting this to something I've seen. I was just asking if this had to do with anything like a plague that is to come, or like some type of
Come. So, let's see, what does it talk about? The seven seals. Open seals. So go to chapter 5 and verse 1. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals.
Right. So this, if you see a book or a scroll, you imagine a scroll, right? Like we have here, one rolled up. If you had like a wax stamp on it to seal it, right? You know, that's how they used to seal things. This is an official document. No one can open this. When we send this letter to someone else as a king, it is sealed. The way they know no one's opened it is because of how tightly it's been sealed. You know what I mean? That's how they knew this was official. So I could imagine when David sent that letter to get Uriah killed, it had a seal on it. You see what I mean? Because he wouldn't want anybody else to know that this was happening except the person he's sending that message to. Right. So different times kings would use this to send messages to make sure that message has not been opened by the people that are bringing it. You know what I mean? Right. So this book right here is just talking about a vision that John is having in heaven, and he's seeing how things are. And in this vision, he's seeing a book that's sealed with 7 seals. He read.
Verse 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof.
Right. Who is worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof? It's just kind of like Excalibur. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can come and take out that sword except a rightful person who can wield that sword. Right? Keep going.
Verse 3. And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book.
Right.
Neither to look thereon.
Right. It can't even look at the book, let alone open the book. No man in heaven nor in earth. Keep going.
Verse 4. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon.
So it's like he knows there's something important about this book, but the fact that no one can open it is literally bringing John to tears. Like, we need this book to be open. We need this to be revealed. We need this to be shown because of what's inside of this book. Right? Keep going.
Verse 5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not.
He said what?
Weep not.
Cry not. Go ahead.
Behold,
right.
The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Right. So who is this talking about? Go ahead, young man.
It's like you started talking about Christ.
Right. Yep. Talking about Yahushua, right? The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. This is the one that was prophesied, Yahushua Mashiach. All right. He is the one that is going to be able to open this book and reveal what's here and open these seals. So we can drop down the seals of we'll go to verse 9. These are important. Just to give you a little background, and I'll go to your verse pretty soon. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof.
Right.
For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
Right. So Christ is coming he is going to save the children of Israel out of every nation. He's going to pull us out of all these nations, out of our captivity. So these are the things that we've been waiting for. All right, let's drop down to when they start opening the seals. So go to verse 6. Let's say chapter 6, verse 1.
Chapter 6, chapter 6, verse 6.
Verse 1.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
Chapter 6 and verse 1.
Yep.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see."
Right. So the first one, like thunder, it's a loud thing. This is a very big moment. That when this starts happening, it's on and cracking. You see what I'm saying? When these seals start getting open, things are going to start changing in the earth for the children of Israel. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Right. So when this happens, that is when certain things are going to start happening on earth. It's like each seal is different plagues, different curses, different things that are coming to destroy the people that are ruling the planet Earth at this time and be used to free the children of Israel. So let's see. Go to verse 4. It's talking about the second seal.
Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another.
They should do what?
Kill one another.
Mm-hmm.
And there was given unto him a great sword.
Right. So this angel is coming. The first one on the white horse, Yahweh Shai. This one is with the red horse, different angels that are coming and bringing war, bringing that spirit of war amongst the earth, causing the Russians to hate the Ukrainians, causing the Chinese to want to go to war with Taiwan, causing all these different nations, Venezuela, Russia, North Korea, Iran, Pakistan, India, this spirit of war that's coming to the earth to start World War III is what happens when this seal gets open. You see what I'm saying? Now we're going to drop down. Let's go to, we got a couple. We're going to go to the one that you had. You said verse 5. Verse 6. Let's just keep going and let's keep reading.
Verse 5. And when he sat, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I behold, and lo, a black horse, and he sat, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Right. What do they do with balances? You know what that is? Right, exactly. So a scale is how you weigh up to do sales, products, you know what I mean? In the streets, everybody knows you need a scale in order to sell something. It's the same thing. So this angel is coming on a black horse. He's holding a pair of scales in his hand. Can you read verse 6?
Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny.
Right. So Google that. What is a measure of wheat in Revelations? Let's see what it gives.
Says Google. The phrase "a measure of wheat for a penny" appears in Revelation 6 and 6. And Revelation 6 and 6 describes a time.
Well, let's see. How much is the actual measure of wheat? The actual, is there the definition of what is a measure of wheat. This is a description of amount of weight. It's like saying a pound of wheat or, a kilogram of wheat, whatever. Let's see if it got that answer. It's too wild. But for time's sake, when it's talking about famines that are going to be coming into the earth, like you're not going to be able to sell anything, not going to have anything. These people that were making so much money in, the stock market, all of these things, America is known for having great wealth. Everything is going to be destroyed as far as the economic system is concerned, and it's going to be famines in the earth. So that's why it's talking about wheat and barley, hurt not the oil and the wine. These are the things that the priests need, the oil and the wine. So it's talking in a spiritual context, like don't hurt the children that are following the Lord. You understand? Like don't hurt the oil and wine. But these things that these nations depend upon, these angels have the right to come and destroy these things.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
If you want to keep going, I mean that's pretty much that. I got some more on this in my notes at the house, and we were going there. Just remind me too. So I know I got this in my notes as well, for sure. Yeah. Stuardo, any other specific question? Like, want to be clear?
Why I'm about to say?
Yeah.
I'm about to say because just like there were some people from China that news that they were bringing biochemical warfare, like they're smuggling a disease or plague that was such into America just recently, and they said it was going to affect the wheat. They said it would have an effect on the wheat, and and it also could kill you, I guess, like super quick or something, and not to the body, something like that. Like I just heard that, so I was trying to make it was like a connection, which it seems like it almost is by the way that you were saying it, like the angels allowing this to happen. This could be like something.
Sure.
Well,
I get what you're saying. So to get to the specifics of each thing on the news, you never know which is going to be which. But when all these things add up, you know what's going on, if that makes sense. Like we know it talks about making each other making these other nations hate each other and go to war with each other. We're seeing an uptick in that. Like Pakistan and India are really getting into it.
Right.
And it's all happening at the same time. Like at different times, we grew up in the 90s, it might be Iraq versus what did the Iraqis go to war for with Kuwait? I believe Saddam Hussein was beefing with the people in Kuwait. Different times there were little spark ups and skirmishes around the world, but it wasn't on this level of they're all happening on a grand scale. So this is when you can start to see all these things happening at once. Does it mean this is literally just talking about wheat? You see what I mean? Because if you take that literal, then if it's not wheat, but it's a shortage on this over here, and you're like, this is not happening. But once you start seeing these mass famines and people not having food available, you know that this seal has been opened and released on earth. And also, I think it starts when it starts talking about pouring out vials. That's one of my favorite parts. Is it starts getting cold. These angels start pouring out these plagues on the earth. But at one time, go ahead up.
No, Salaki, sir. Brother was bringing out. It was on the news. It was pretty much talking about how China was bringing in it's called fungus.
Okay.
This fungus pretty much once you bring it into the country, they release it onto the crops and it destroys and eats up all the crops.
Right.
But yeah, it can pretty much do a lot of damage, and once it starts to spread, it can pretty much cause a famine.
Right.
And what you call it? There was something else that they said. They also said, oh, that's what it was. They said that this fungus can also cause you to, it can of life.
That's right. So what do we do about all these things? That's the question I would ask the brother. Like, what do we do? We're seeing this, we're learning about this stuff that's happening. You hear about this on the news. You see what I'm saying? Like, it could. Okay, I'm just gonna ask that question. Put it out there. Go ahead.
Let it happen, Jim.
I mean, there's nothing we can do to stop it, but
Okay.
outside of that, what should we do?
Yeah.
What?
Just prepare like Noah did.
Right, get it brother in. Like, we're the ones that's reading these prophecies, and we know that these things are going to happen. And the best thing that we can do first is what? Gather ourselves together. O nation not desired. We need to learn how to come together as one body, as one people, as one nation. We need to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. Because if the Lord is not on our side, then these plagues are to come and destroy us as well. What's the precept on that? She can call out or paraphrase it. Come out of her, my people. Understand? Say you be not be partakers of her sins. You know what I mean? Like Revelation 18:4. Like we have to come out of America and the culture. General Muhammad was doing breaking down the same thing that Kakoma was breaking down. Like it's like if you are in this woman, you're going to get syphilis. You're going to get AIDS. You are laying with this woman, you're going to get the plagues of this woman. That's what's going to happen to us if we stay in this place spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Culturally. And the more and more we separate ourselves and pull ourselves out of the world and get prepared for these days, because it's not a game to us, it's real life, then we can put ourselves in the best position to make it through. And then it's going to get to a point that there's nothing that we can do. It's wise to save up and put up water and supplies and things of that nature, but it's going to get to a point where none of that matters either. And we're going to have to call upon the Lord in order to save us in that day. And the only way we can depend on that is how we live and how we carry ourselves.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So to me, this information is only to be used to get prepared for what's coming. You know what I mean? Outside of that, it goes into the category of vain talk. You know what I mean? You can go down this rabbit hole and look every day to see, is this the sign of what's in this book, or that's the sign. I leave that up to managing. I leave that up to the generals, the captains. You know what I'm saying? They combed through here for years. They say, okay, this is what's going on with Russia. This is what's going on with India. This is what's happening. We watch Black Watch every week. It keeps us up to date on what these things are. Keeps us up to date with whatever's coming out of China, whatever's coming out of India, whatever's coming out of Pakistan. But I do know we were given a list. If you don't have that list, we were given a list 3 years ago of things that everybody needs to collect for your household. You understand? To have in these days that are coming. Yep. From water to generators to, food, weapons, all these things were given out in the school. And so we all got to start knocking these things down and getting these things stored up.
Right.
I mean, so that's what I will focus on. Like the ISUPK, we say practical knowledge because all the knowledge we have is given to be practiced upon. That makes sense? Like, what is the knowledge for unless you're using it to do something with it? So I'm saying, okay, we learn that they bring in wheat and they're going to kill the wheat. Okay, what are we going to do with it? We got to go to the club, we got to buy some Jordans, we got to get fly out. What are we doing? Or you going to buy some water? Are you going to put up some rice? You're going to buy some beans with your money? You know what I'm saying? Caviar, as I was talking about that, he was like, a brother was like, man, if I get some, if I hit the lottery, man, I'm giving money to the school. First thing I'm gonna do is buy me a rollie. He like, half the cats got rollies, can't even read the time with the Roman numerals on it. You know what I'm saying? They got the watch on, and still going to the phone to see what time it is. Like, what is that watch gonna do for you? Nothing. We're in the last days, like you said, like Noah. Noah was a prepper. We should be preparing and prepping for these times. You know what I mean? We should prioritize what we need. So this knowledge should be used to put you into action to do something. And okay, I gave the answer already tonight. What's the most important thing you need to be doing? Let's take brother first to ask the question. Which things should we prepare first for? What should we store up?
You said water, right?
Lie. You get one more shot.
You have it together?
Damn right.
Come
First and foremost, we need to store the brotherhood. We need to come together. That's the first and foremost. Follow the laws, building the brotherhood. Then on that, that's the foundation we build, and we can grab the carnal things, whether it's 9mm, clocks, ARs, water, beans, rice, flashlights, generators. We got a list of all the carnal things we need to get. Most High Christ. If that fails us, we're going to call on the Lord. So let's focus on the Lord first. Then we get those things, and then we prepare. We good. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Is that what you were going to say? Okay. Most High Christ. I see his eyes light up. All right. So outside of that, anything else? We good? All right. Let's get into it. So the title of tonight's class, and we already moving a little late. If y'all bear with me for a late class, I mean, we can go to 9:15, 9:30. If not, you know what I mean, just let me know. I'll shut it down early. We can revisit this next week. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, you know what I mean? If you got to go, you got to work. There's no sweat. We'll cut the class early. We started late. Rank and order. The UPK is different than a lot of other fake Israelite groups because of the rank system. Some of them, I don't know, I'm not familiar. I don't know what they got going on. Maybe the Purple Cast, they have some type of thing. I think they try to copy our ranks in some way. Now they call Nathaniel the general and things of that nature, right? But other organizations, they're just like kind of all the same. I don't even know how they have elders, and then it's just like brothers. It's just Akim and elders. And they don't really want to enforce a rank system because it's Christian. You know what I mean? It's very Christian. It's a lot of fellowship going on. It's a lot of fake brotherhood going on, but they're not military minded, you know. And so we're going to go into the Bible with a few precepts and show where these ranks come from. And then we're going to go to a deeper level into the mind state that can affect the school and affect different zones about a want or a need for a rank, of gaining higher rank, right? Because that is a demon in a lot of cases. There is a righteous way to want to gain rank, and there is an unrighteous and unholy way to want to gain rank and power. All right, let's go to the first precept. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 16. No. We'll go First Chronicles 27:34. No, matter of fact, sorry, I did have it right. My fault. Let's go to the first one. Deuteronomy 16 and 18.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16 and verse 18.
Mhm.
Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates.
Right. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates. Keep going.
Which the Lord thy God giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
With what?
Just judgment.
Right. So one key thing obviously we see is judges and officers that the children of Israel should make, right? We was commanded in this day, this laws were given to Moses, and he was told we should make officers over the people, right? To judge the people. And the key part right here says, which the Lord thy God hath given thee throughout thy tribes. Read verse 19.
Verse 19, thou shalt not waste judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons.
Right, thou shalt not rest judgment. Like, don't hold back judgment. You have to give judgment. If something is right, you have to speak on it. You have to address it. You have to make a righteous judgment in every situation. That's what a righteous man will do. Keep going. And there is no respect of persons, because we know in Esau's culture, in American culture, the political system is corrupt. Rich people get away with things all of the time. We all know that, right? People that have money and power do whatever the hell they want. Judges, they get pulled over, they've been drinking. Oh, they just tell them, hey, I'm a judge. You know, they're like, all right, we're going to call somebody. We're going to get you an Uber. We're going to make sure somebody comes picks you up. They do all of these things for their people, especially white people. You understand? Like, they make a way for them. If you have money and celebrity, we only see the news where certain celebrities, either they too messed up or the police officers just doing their job to the letter, where they get caught up and get a DUI, they get caught up and taken to jail. How many other thousands of cases of someone that's a celebrity got away? How many basketball players, NFL players, Hollywood stars get pulled over all the time? We never hear about it. All right. You understand? Like, but if it's you coming out of the hood, they're not giving you the pass. They're not letting you go. You go before the judge, he's not going to give you probation, or he's not, you know what I mean? He is going to give you he's going to throw the book at you, is what they say. All the laws, all the time, he's giving it to you. The children of Israel, we cannot be like our oppressor. If there is something that is right, we give credit for it. If there's something that's wrong, we have to make a judgment on that situation. And that is what the Lord always wanted for us, not to take bribes, not to be a respecter of persons. Right? Keep reading.
Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift.
Right.
For a gift does blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous.
Right. So this is where they're getting all these, kickbacks and all this money and stuff like that. So that's how our nation gets destroyed. Go ahead up.
So it's like this, sir. I was going to say that was the same thing that the federal judge, Supreme Court Judge Clarence Thomas was doing.
For real?
Yeah, he was taking a lot of the gifts from these people to pretty much persuade his mind to a different judgment. And he was taking hundreds, if not, I think they say he's taking like hundreds of thousands of dollars or something like that.
Right.
If not millions of dollars in gifts and free trips and cruises and private plane rides and all types of stuff.
And this is why, this is on topic too, this taking the money, taking the bribes. Because in today's society, like the little kids, they go to school and they learn about the American dream and the American culture, and they get indoctrinated with loving this place and how glorious the government is ran and how they have their checks and balances and all that. And this is a real democracy. Those things, if people believe them, is very deceptive. Almost to the point where no one understands that that's why Clarence Thomas got the job. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you believe the image and the lie that they're telling you about America, you're like, damn, okay, he wanted to become a judge to make the country a better place and to make sure law and order is going. No, he was sitting at home. You see what I'm saying? That's when we talk about that delayed gratification. The reason why a lot of us out of the hood, we can't make it out of the hood is because we don't want to delay our gratification. We want to get our money now. We want to have our hustle bear fruits tomorrow. I want to be in the bins next week. I want to start selling dope this week. I want to be in the bins next week. I don't want to wait at all to be flossing or to have it. But the oppressor, he's able to delay his gratification, his rewards, and think of the long game. So these bastards are looking and saying, okay, how can I be a gangster? Wall Street, lawyers, pharmaceutical company, you see what I'm saying? Judges, politicians, these are the real gangsters. We say it all the time, like on our rap songs and our culture, the police are a gang. Like, do you really believe that? Do you really understand what that means? You know what I mean? Like, the what do we say? The government is pimps. Like, that's not a saying. That's real. They literally are doing this on purpose. They're choosing these career paths because they know that they can enrich themselves by getting this position. If I become a politician, I can steal money from people and I'm never going to go to jail. I can rape and rob and murder and get away with it if I become a judge. So Clarence Thomas said, okay, there's crack I can sell, there's pimping on the corner, there's, you know what I mean, robbing, stealing, or actually I can go to school for 15 years straight and then I can be the best criminal in the country. And I'm going to go down as a legend and they're going to thank me and they're going to build buildings and they're going to name it after me and I'm going to be, you know what I mean, looked at as a good person. Why am I saying all that and tying this into the ranks in the UPK? The judges and the officers in the Bible are not doing this job for the gain of anything. They're doing the job because it needs to be done. Like the brothers said, no, who's gonna do it? Who is gonna make sure this person that's poor and this rich person swindled them out of their money? Who's gonna make sure they get justice other than somebody that has a righteous spirit on them? They're not doing it to enrich themselves. It's to actually bring justice. And that's the same thing. Like they wanted that power to be in this seat as an officer, to be in the seat as a judge, to help their nation and people. And that's the spirit you have to have coming into the truth. Is the only reason that this authority is given to someone is to enrich their nation and their people, to build on the brotherhood, to make sure our people are moving better. Make sense? All right, let's go to the next precept. Let me get what I say, Chronicles, the second Chronicles. First Chronicles, you got it. First Chronicles. Slow. First Chronicles 27 and 34.
This is the book of First Chronicles, chapter 27 and verse 34. And after Ahab was Iphoflab.
Name, you see what? Let me see that. 27 and 34.
Yeah.
Ahithophel. I mean, it's just a lot. I mean, the names. These are English translations of Hebrew names, so let's just keep it going.
And after Iphoflab was Jehovah, the son of Benai, and Abarabah, and the general of the king's army was Joab.
Right. So we see these different ranks and different types. We got officers in the UPK. We got generals in the UPK. We had officers in the Bible. We have generals in the Bible. You know what I mean? That's all this is showing. Let's go to the next precept. Let me get locking on. Let me get Deuteronomy 20 and 9.
Oh, I can go.
Done.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20 and verse 9. And it shall be when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people.
They shall make what?
Shall make captains of armies to lead the people.
Right. So again, generals, the captains, the officers, all of these different ranks are in the Bible, and they're what we refer to ourselves in the UPK. Now, let me go to the next precept. Let's get Numbers 31 and 48. Let me see.
Numbers 34.
31 and 48.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31 and verse 48. And the officers, which were over thousands of the host, the captains of thousands, and the captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses.
Right. So they had officers of thousands. They put them over thousands of brothers to be in charge. The same way when we hear these different ranks, officer 5,000, officer 1,000. These are all in the Bible in some way, shape, or form. Everything we do, we got it out of this book, you know. Let's go to Numbers 31 and 14. All these precepts are to have in your precept book.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31 and verse 14. And Moses was wroth with officers. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle.
Right. Again, so got that. Let's go drop down to verse 52.
Verse 52. And all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Lord, and of the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, was 750 shekels.
Right. And then also verse 44, you don't got to read that one though as well. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29 and 10. It's good to have them in your notes, precepts, precept upon precept, line upon line. Let's see, precept for this one.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 10. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel.
Right. So that's pretty much that. I'll give you a couple more. Y'all can just write them down in your notes. What do we got? What was the last one we were at? Was that Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy 29:10.
Yeah, 1 Samuel 8 and 12. 1 Samuel 22 and 7. 2 Samuel 18 and 1. 1 Samuel 8 and 12. 1 Samuel 22 and 7. 2 Samuel 18 and 1. Let's pull up Ezekiel 37 and 10. Those they talk about the captains a lot. So let's reiterate these things.
You say Ezekiel 37:10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 10.
Right.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet,
Right.
an exceeding great army.
Right. So this prophecy, Ezekiel 37, this vision he's seeing, it is like an army of men rising up. This valley of, the dry bones, right? These things that had no life in them, they're waking up and coming back together. The children of Israel uniting. And he's looking at it as like an army that's rising up. Well, that's what we are doing right here. We're raising up that army and building up this military structure in these last days. We saw the Hebrew Academy graduates is going viral all across the internet because it's glorious to see Blacks and Hispanic men, Native American brothers coming together and moving as a unit. Like, it's just powerful for our people to see. Even so much so that when the purple homosexuals do that and march down the street, like, not as I was saying, the people crying, and they just don't know what it's like to see brothers moving on one accord. Now, we know the Spirit of the Lord is not with them, and that is just a show that they're doing. But for us to be doing this and have the Spirit on us and really caring about our people, not taking that check or those briberies that we were reading about, because they're not giving righteous judgment. Do you know that those purple cats will not feed the poor? They use one precept in the Apocrypha that says you shouldn't give bread to a sinner. So they don't feed anybody. And how do we know that's wrong?
So the scripture says, have mercy on the sinner.
Okay. You'd have to pull that precept, what you're saying, but I want to get straight to it. How do we know it's not wrong to feed the poor? I think you got it. Yeah.
Christ said feed the poor.
Damn right. You understand? Christ did feed the poor. You understand? And we know that them brothers were in the world. They were not all following him and being with him. You understand? So he went out and helped people throughout the nation of Israel. You understand? So they're taking that precept out of context and blanketing the entire nation. You know who they did help, though? They went out and protested for Kyrie Irving. Right. Kyrie Irving don't keep the laws of God. Right. Kyrie Irving wants to be a Muslim. Kyrie Irving probably smoke weed and learn about flat earth. You know what I mean? Like, what is Kyrie Irving doing? But for some reason, they rose up and stood to protect a multi-millionaire. He needs help from the IUIC, not the people that living under the bridge in Oakland. We'll leave them to the ISUPK. Well, damn right. Let's keep it that way. You can worry about the rich people and the basketball players and the NFL stars. Give us the poor. Give us the ones that are suffering in this place. We're going to continue doing this work in that way, in that shape and form, right? But that's the power of building up this army, and that's what we're here to do. All right, let me get a couple precepts, man. I had some. What is the purpose of having the rank in the UPK? A couple of things, but I want to see what's on your mind. Go ahead.
to lead men into the truth, like to lead men to be better leaders themselves.
Okay. What does it mean to be a leader?
To be a follower and to be above.
What is the purpose of being a leader? You said, okay, you gave me one thing. What is, okay, go ahead. That's his revelation. And sometimes I want y'all to think biblically too. Learn how to use the Bible to answer these questions. You see what I mean?
So, okay, sir. I was going to say to be responsible for people.
Be responsible for people. Okay, that's part of it. What does that entail? Go ahead, Ephraim.
To be like Christ, to try to show men how to be more like Christ and how to be an example for men.
All right. Now let's get Matthew 20 and 26 for time's sake. We won't go to these things, right?
Oh, I think that's
Give me a second. Matthew 20 and 26. I think we might go over a few verses. Let's see.
so I can say
Let's see.
25.
Let's start at verse 20, matter of fact. We'll go up a little bit higher.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee, children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
Right. So this brother that's rolling, the mother of these brothers came and asked Christ these things, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She saith unto him, grant that these two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom.
Right. What is she asking? Go ahead.
Can I ask you to read it one more time?
Go ahead. Yeah, read it one more time.
Verse 21. And he said unto her, what wilt thou?
Right. What do you want?
She saith unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right and the other on thy left in the kingdom.
Right. Go ahead.
She's asking him to judge. She's asking Christ to judge her sons.
Lie. You got it. Going back, I'm gonna start calling you Ephraim. I'm gonna start calling you Judah. What do you got?
I was gonna say, like I know the left side is supposed to represent like Satan, and then the right side is supposed to represent Christ, because Christ is on the right hand side.
Lie. It's not that yet. Y'all going way deep. You know what I'm saying? What Margaret, I think this is Kabbalah online. He said, save our sons, bless them. Yes. So he's saying, they always talk about in the fourth dimension, you got the Most High, and who's sitting at his right hand? Like you said, it's his son, right? On the left hand, it doesn't mean, I'm not going to say it's Satan, right? But the people that are close to the Lord, you have your right hand man, you got your number two, you got your number three. That's all she's saying. She's asking for them to have rank in the kingdom with him. And you have this brother right next to you, let my son be your number two, and my other son be your number three in charge. And y'all rule the kingdom of heaven. That's what I want. Can you raise them up and put them in that spot of glory with you, in power with you? You keep reading.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus answered, and Yahushua answered and said, ye know not what ye ask. are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?
Right. So Christ is saying, y'all don't really know what you're asking for. You see what I'm saying? You want to have this power, you want to have this rank. Do you know what that entails? You just see the glory. You hear about Christ having crowns on his head and the glory and the angels coming, and you know what I mean? All the nations bringing things to the children of Israel. But how do you gain those things? It's the same way. Like you see someone doing great, you like, man, I want all that. What do they say? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. More money, more problems. You know, all these different things that we say, it alludes to there's more to things that look glorious than it appears. Right. If you're not wise, you would just look at something and be like, oh, that's amazing. I want that. My pops used to say that about the Backstreet Boy. I don't know if I said this in class before, man, but you know, back then when them boy bands were popping, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, all these different, it's like little kids look at them and they're like, that is the life. I want to live like them. And he was like, them kids are going through hell. You know what I mean? He was like, they waking up at 4 a.m, going to dance practice, getting off of dance practice, going to do an interview, then go and do another interview, then go prepare for the show, then do the show, then sign autographs, then go home, go to sleep for 2-3 hours, get up and do it over and over again. They're never at home. They're traveling from city to city. Like they can't even think about managing their money. The manager is stealing their money. Their parents are stealing the money. Their girlfriends, they can't find love. You know what I'm saying? Because you meeting a girl, you like, oh, she loves me. No, she's trying to take your money. Oh, she loves me. She don't even know how to love you. She's just a fan and a groupie. You know what I'm saying? You can't find any viable relationships. Those kids are living in utter hell. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it on TV, it looks amazing and glorious to someone that is ignorant and childish. You understand? So that's the same thing Christ is saying. He's like, y'all niggas don't even know what y'all asking for. My nigga from New Orleans used to say this. He said, you know what, Kasor? Man, these niggas, man, you heard me? They want the glory, but not the story. You understand? Like they want the glory and the shine, but they don't want the story of it. Right? Keep reading.
They say unto him, we are able. Verse 23.
They say, we can do this, my Lord. Keep going.
Verse 23. And he saith unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give.
One more time.
But
we'll just read the last one. It is what? It is not what?
It is not mine to give.
So what is Yahweh Shai saying? He's saying, oh, go ahead. You got
Yeah, basically he's saying that it's not my choice whether or not you
go to the first part. What was he saying in the first part? The baptism.
Like you should become like me. Like you should if you're gonna walk with me, you're gonna become like me. You go.
He said, okay, I'm gonna give it. You said for time's sake. He's saying, ye shall drink indeed of my cup. You are willing. You're down. You brothers are in the truth. You do want to do this work. Like you with me on this. You want to. I ask y'all. Y'all say you don't know what y'all getting into. They're like, Lord, we are down with you. So we want to put in this work. We are willing to suffer and sacrifice whatever we need to do to be with you, to be baptized with you, because Christ, he baptizes with what? With fire. Fire is the suffering, the pain, and things you have to go through in order to gain the kingdom of heaven. You understand? And they're willing to do that. But he said, But at the same time, to sit on my right hand and on my left hand, that is not mine to give. What does that mean, Ephraim? That's the part you want to break down.
No, it's Father's.
Okay. So then how does that apply to what we're saying with rank in the UBK? Why do you think I'm doing these precepts right now? Go ahead.
Because the Lord gives rank.
Damn right. Who gives rank?
The Lord gives rank.
One more time. Who gives rank?
The Lord gives rank.
Get a young man a hand. We say this every day, every camp speaking. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior High. There are no other authorized Israelite groups. If you're not an ISUPK, you're not in the truth. If you're in the truth, you are following the Lord. If you sincerely believe that this is the sanctuary, this is the house that the Lord set up, the ranking structure, just like when it says the judges that they look for are of the Lord. The Lord creates these men. No one can make anyone anything. The Lord puts the Spirit on you. Like, I can walk out of here and become paraplegic tomorrow. Is that not possible? I don't make my heart beat. I don't make my eyes blink. I don't do any these things. I could lose my complete memory. Wake up, hit my head, and wake up tomorrow. I don't remember nothing. Be just like one of the movies where you 21st date, so you can't remember nothing. What do they call that when you have a? No, it's another word. It's like actual thing when your memory is just wiped out. Amnesia. You know what I mean? You have complete amnesia, like you can't remember your whole life. That is possible. This is nothing that anyone does is of their own. This is why we always give credit to Most High in Christ. Right? You did a great camp speaking. How the hell did I do a great camp speaking? That was the Most High in Christ. He just used me to give a great camp speaking. If you are in the house of the Lord, you believe you're in the truth, then anyone that has a rank, it was given to them by the Lord. That's the first and foremost step. You have to have faith in that. Once you get outside of that, your spirit is leaving the truth. It's like, I like to use examples to explain these things. I mean, it's simple. You can look at it as like a gang. You can look at it like it's a military. That's the same thing. I'm trying to think of another thing. It's like, how are you doing this, but you don't believe this is this? Y'all got any?
Analogies?
Yeah, analogies. I'm trying to think. Okay. Good.
The scriptures say, it's better off that you never learned this truth to begin with.
I can see that. That's not quite what I'm saying. Let me see. I'll try to give you an example. That's a part of it. That leads me to what lukewarm type thing, right? Is either you in here or you're not. You know what I mean? And why would you be in here if you don't believe this is it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, how can you move forward though? So that's the precept I want. We're gonna hold this. Give me the precept. Not quite. That's a good one too. I want to get this one up. Let me see. Give me Amos 3:3. We just pulled that last night. Amos 3:3. Like somebody just hold that Matthew and go right back to it. We'll finish this up. I was doing my research, and while y'all getting that, let me read some of this information that I had pulled up. Let's see if I got this.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Right, can what?
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
I mean, these analogies are very simple, very straightforward. Break it down. Is this? I'm not looking for a complex breakdown. It's simple. We need to go to the store. I want to buy a black tea. What does this mean? I see you from hand first.
Like you gotta be on one accord.
To do what? What is it? The analogy. Explain the analogy. The analogy said, can two walk? So what? Walk forward? Unless they be agreed. Walk together unless they be agreed.
Like explaining like
To a 3-year-old. Explain it to Zion.
like y'all can't walk together at all unless y'all agreeing on the destination that y'all where you guys are going.
Give me, that's it. Give me an example. Make it. I just used the black T-shirt.
Right. Like we're going to the same place.
Okay.
Like if you going there, you going here, we're not walking together.
Right. You know what I mean? It's that simple. If you say we're going to the store to go get a black T-shirt and you believe it's over there and I believe it's over here, how the hell can we walk together if we're not going in the same direction? We're not going to get there. You got to move together to get to the place together. It's that simple. Like, how the hell is you going to go this way, I'm going to go this way, and we supposed to get to the same place? It's a rank in this UBK, man. We're under Commander Yohana. We follow in that direction. This is the direction. Under him, he set up the general. General Muhammad, General Mahagala, General Hazayan, General Anya Shawamar, General Katamgabar, General Kubalama, the captains, Captain Ward, all on the way down, Captain Mashad, Captain Storiak. You understand? Captain Gadar on the West Coast, Captain Cornwall. They are following Commander Yohana and say, we're going in this direction. He said, General Muhammad. Boom. He said, yeah, put Mahagala, put him. General Mahagala said he runs the West Coast. He said, yeah, Captain Cornwall, that's what I got. He's the one. My brother. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, what's that? It's simple. None of this is happening because of one nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one person making this stuff work. Nobody's doing that in Texas. Nobody's doing that in Ohio, the camps in Chicago. Captain Mahakad just ain't doing whatever the hell he want to do. He's just not raising up brothers and giving rank and doing all that. The general, Commander Yohana, is making this happen. We're in the ISBK under Commanding General Yohana. The ranks, we believe God is dealing with him. The ranks is all underneath him. The captain can't even raise a 5,000. The generals have to approve it. So if there's any issue and discrepancy in that, you have a problem with the generals. You have a problem with the generals, then get the fuck out of here. You understand? Get the fuck out of the ISUBK. And I maintain my discipline, you know what I'm saying? I don't cuss too often, but I do it on purpose. This is why we tell brothers, you gotta learn how to bridle your tongue. There is a time and a place for everything, nigga. If you don't believe that this is the truth, then get the fuck out of the ISUBK. This is not for you. Go start your own fake Israelite group. Go start and do something on your own where you can be the king, nigga. You can follow those things and do whatever you want. Right. But if you believe that this is the truth, then the rank is given by the Lord. And even if that theoretically, right, someone was given a rank, which doesn't happen often. If you know the Bible, it doesn't happen often, right? In the sense of men that are in the truth. When it's coming to the sons of the prophets, right? The Obadiahs, the Jeremiahs, the Ezekiels, the Nehemiah, the schools of the prophets, the sons of the prophets, they were rocking and rolling. But is it possible every now and then someone can be in the midst the Lord put in charge, that the Lord takes him out? Yes. It's in the Bible. These men roll with Christ. Judas rolled with Christ. He had the spirit on him one day. The Lord took it away from him. Who knows why these things happen? You understand what I'm saying? Like Saul is the perfect example to me. Saul was put in charge by the Lord. He messed up. He lost his spirit. David was underneath Saul. He honored Saul until the Lord removed him. He didn't go outside of that. He didn't say, well, damn, Saul tripping. I'm about to kill Saul. He even honored him after Saul died. And Saul spent the better half of his life trying to kill David. We'll get that precept. But let's go back to Matthew real quick. It's already 9:25.
Verse 23. And he saith unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared prepared of my Father.
Right, read verse 24.
Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation.
Right, Alexa, what is the definition of indignation?
Indignation is a strong feeling of displeasure or anger towards something that is considered unjust, offensive, insulting, or base. It is a righteous anger that is directed towards something that is perceived as unjust or wrong.
Alexa, stop. So the other 10 disciples, they became angry at these brothers because Christ said something to them like this. They started to hate these brothers because they talking about Christ saying that if y'all may get raised up. You know what I'm saying? Read it again. Verse 24.
Verse 24. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren.
Right, keep reading.
Verse 25. But Yahushua called them unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them.
Exercise what?
Exercise dominion over them.
What does this mean? Anybody blow my mind? What does this say? The Gentiles, the princes, the leaders of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them. We'll give it to y'all for time's sake. They dominate the people that they rule over. The Italian mafia. If you want to learn the spirit of the Roman Empire and the Roman soldiers, look at the mafia, how they move. How is Don Corleone? How is, you know what I'm saying, Michael Corleone? How do they rock and roll? They kill their brother if you get out of order. They laying it down. They don't have no mercy for their people. If you don't obey what he's saying, we knocking you the hell off. That's how the Gentiles move. That's how they always move. How did they do in China? They give a damn about Chinese people. They will kill 10 million Chinese people in order to get 100 million of them in order. If y'all ain't obeying the Chinese emperor, they will kill every little baby, woman, child, father, granny, grandpa, in order for you to submit and obey the leaders of the Chinese people, man. That's how the Gentiles rule their people, is dominion, dominance, right? You have to submit to them. It's not a choice. Christ is saying this is how they are. Go ahead.
And they that are great exercise authority upon them.
Right. All of that is I was often thinking, like, you know, power is something that is very important. You study power, you learn about power, right? Authority. I used to ask, like, okay, who is more strong? Some man that can bench press 500 pounds or the president of the United States? You understand what I'm saying? This cat has physical power, but the president has power. They have the authority to call the entire CIA, FBI, military, whatever, police, all the stars on GTA. The president can turn them on in 1 second. You understand? And they're not stopping until they get you. You do something against him, he's gonna go. They went for years until they found Osama bin Laden. Like, Nigga, half of you can't even find your father in America. He live in the same goddamn area as you. You understand? He ducked off in some, you know what I'm saying, cave in Afghanistan. We're not doing that, man. The white man is going to the depths to make sure that no one tries to go against his authority. Keep going.
Verse 26. But it shall.
Whoa. Whenever you start a sentence off like that, you got to put emphasis on that first word.
Verse 26.
But. One more time.
But.
One more time.
But.
Right. Christ is saying that's how they get down. But. So disregard all the things that they're doing. Keep going.
But it shall not be so among you.
Right. We can't be like them. That's not how we're supposed to be. Keep going.
But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister.
Let him be what?
Let him be your minister.
Like minister, not like a pastor, the Christian pastor. Minister, the real spirit behind this word is someone that's administering to you or helping you or helping relieve something. You see what I'm saying? If someone had a wound, you would minister to it. You would make sure it gets healed. The one that is great among you should be working for you to heal you, not to put authority over you and to receive things from you. The reason why they are great and have the power is to help you. Does that make sense?
No.
That's what the rank is for. The power is given to Commander Yohanan to help the brothers. He could use the power to enrich himself, to go on vacations, to be living in the ocean and doing some all manner of wickedness and evil and P. Diddy type of things. That's what these other niggas do when they get money and power. They just really mainly have money. That's the cold part about it. Like y'all know the FBI has been knocking on Captain Zarian's door, knocking on General Hyman's door, knocking on Commander General Yohanan's door. Why are they feel threatened by him? Because he has power, because men listen to him. And that is more than having money. He had money, he didn't have power. You don't have people that are willing to listen to him and do what he says. They need to get paid to do what he says. This army is moving because the Lord is moving and putting the spirit on brothers, man. So the one that is the great is here to minister. We're following because his ministry, that could sound like it come on mind. I hate to sound Christian, but his ministry, his ministering, his healing is working. It changed my life. I would not do the things I do if it wasn't for the things that he taught me, the things that he taught the generals, the things the generals taught the captains, the things the captains taught the officers. It works. It changed my life, and it changed multiple other brothers' lives. So his work is about helping others. This is where this comes from. If you make your work about yourself, it's not of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? The Lord's going to destroy it. The United States government would not blink an eye if they could to prove that all those other things were happening. See what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at him on the island. Look at his hookers and swords and cocaine. They couldn't wait to get that. You see what I'm saying? There's no way this thing could work if that's what was going on. This is a matter of time. How long did Gorilla Hebrew last? He made it, nigga, 3 weeks in this shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Before it's like you getting exposed for doing all this. This is gonna be 40 some odd years, and they not gonna. You got to be clean. You have to have the Spirit of the Lord on you in order to do this, and He's making sure that the men underneath Him are doing the same things. And He is not always friendly. He had to check those brothers in order to get them in order to do this work. That was the love. That was the brotherhood that he had, because he knew how powerful this truth is. And when you have other men's lives in your hands, you can't slip up. You can't mess up. And you can't be emotional. And the first step to gaining power is to have discipline over yourself. You want to gain power? You need to discipline yourself. How can you be in charge of others? You can't be in charge of yourself. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Someone that wants to give orders needs to be able to do what? Take orders. Very simple. Someone that wants to give orders needs to be able to do what?
Take over.
Okay. You got issues taking orders, Doc? Now, I'm not asking literally. I'm saying you got issues taking order out. You want to be in charge of somebody? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You can't take my orders. I'm giving you an order. You want to be in charge of somebody. You're in your own camp now. You see how that works? If Commander General let that happen. Do you understand what the fuck I'm talking about? If Captain Gadar does whatever the hell he wants to, and General Mayakala is telling him to do this because Commander General Yohana told General Mayakala to do this, and Cap is doing whatever he wants, then Cap has started his own Israelite group at that point. And now all these men that Commander Yohana gave up his life in order to save are at the whim of someone else's entire ideology, concept, breakdown, doctrine, lifestyle, because you don't even take orders. So I cannot give you men to follow underneath you because you don't even listen to me. It's very simple. But we can make it complex. You can make some other thing and let a demon sift you out of the truth and put a spirit on you when you are not humbling yourself and looking in the mirror and saying, this is not about you. This is about everyone else at the Passover. You're just a little piece and a little cog in this wheel, and you mean nothing to it. I mean nothing to it. My authority to tell a brother, I say, can you take the trash out? Can you clean up the bathroom out? That's not Kasar Bakan. I'm whoever the hell else my parents raised up and made me in the world. Nigga done all manner of evil and wickedness that I don't even want to repeat. Not proud of. I did not give myself this authority. I'm in the ISUBK under Commander Jihan. If I'm telling you to give the order, the only reason why you got to listen to me is because of them men. It's not because of who the fuck I am. I am nobody. I have no power. Fuck. As soon as I get kicked out of here, I can't tell you niggas to do nothing. I'm not giving you the order. The Lord is. It's coming from there. And it's one or the other. You see what I'm saying? And if I'm giving you order that's not of the Lord, and you really feel like that, we take it to a council, and the men that are following the Lord are going to answer that situation. You know what I mean? This thing is set up to keep moving so that two or more can move in the same direction. Now, let's keep going. Salaki.
Verse 27. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant.
Right. So Christ is showing you the spirit of a real leader. This is what we're talking about with a sister. I'm talking to a sister. She talking about she don't want to have no man, be dominant and be a leader. Why can't y'all be the same? Share the power, patriarchy this, male dominance that, blah, 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 blah. When the reality is she has seen people be leaders her entire life who were horrible leaders, who are like the Gentiles, who use their authority to abuse women, who use their authority to manipulate and take advantage of people that they don't really care about. But you know, the cold part, even in the slavery, they steal from this book. When you become a director, you know what I mean? They tell you you have to be a servant. People are going to call you at 7 in the morning. People are going to call you at 10 o'clock at night. You're going to have to work on your days off. You are here to serve the people that work underneath you. You want to be a leader. It's not to gain, it's to help more. And so that's what Christ is getting his men ready for. That's the UPK.
Right.
That's me seeing General Muhammad counsel people at 3 o'clock in the morning while me being an officer of 50 gets to drink and laugh all night. But I feel like I'm tired because I didn't picked up some trash today and done and stood on my feet all day being on Shamar, not realizing the brother that's been doing this for 30 years straight, teaching classes, is counseling somebody while I get a break and get to enjoy myself. While I get to go home and chill and go to the movies with my rib, he's on the phone counseling somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning. But General Muhammad's not going to call you and tell you that. Benjamin Muhammad's not going to call you and tell you that. Captains are not going to call you and tell you all the sleepless nights that they done. And you know what makes it even more cold about the work and the sacrifice that they done? Because maybe I'll give you the background of it. Like I said, I think I told the brother as well. I'm just reiterating these things, right? I'm going to go back one more time, man. He was a young trooper, you know what I'm saying? Brother, not here anymore. Left the school. We was at the events like a barbecue or Passover or something. He's like, man, I just see the generals and the captains, man, it's got to be good to be them. They don't got to do nothing. The troopers, we do everything. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? If I was living in the world, what are you talking about? You don't do anything the other 365 days. All you got to do is just lift weights, do this, do that. You don't counsel anybody. You don't teach any classes. You're not over any operation, food drive. You're not over clothing drive. You're not over social media. You just pick up the things, and which is glorious. Not to minimize the trooper and the work that is being done, but the point I'm saying is that to not see all the work that the generals are doing, right, and then think that they're just getting plates of food first, and not seeing the sacrifice that they've done, all the time they've missed, every time they're at a Black Watch until 12 o'clock at night on the East Coast, because it's not West Coast time. If Black Watch starts at 8, was it 6 to 8 here? 8, 9, 10, that's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. That means they probably still in the building for another hour and a half. They're not getting home until 12, 12:30. They've been doing this for 20 years, man. Every week, they family, they're missing, you know what I'm saying? Money given, taken away from their kids, all these things, camps, children being born, they had camp. All of that. And they were troopers too. Every last one of these men did the same thing you're doing and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? So that was damn near borderline offensive to me for the brother to say that. But I just knew he was young, didn't know. You know what I mean? But it's like those things, that is a servant. To want to do this is to want to serve. And that is, it's not an easy thing. You know what I mean? And so to take it lightly or to make it about something other than that, you can serve at any level. You know what I mean? And if you are doing that, you're here to serve the Lord, not men. That's another precept we will pull, but it's getting late. It's already late. You know what I mean? But those things are, they happen from time to time, any different area, different zone. I asked a question earlier today in scripture breakdown, because this is important. You understand? If I'm hearing any things like this, right, that it can to muddy up the house. We got to keep a clean house. You know what I'm saying? Here in the school, every zone got to be on it, and that thing is something Satan uses to destroy brothers, and it has nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? It's not the mission. If you're here to serve the Lord, any work that I've done is for the Lord. Anything that I've given up is for the Lord. It's like me and brothers, and it's like, okay, damn, you don't got to do that. Man, you didn't have to do that. Why'd you do that? Man, this is for the Lord. This is what I give my life to. You know what I'm saying? So sum it all up, man. I had a lot more precepts. To sum it all up, man. Focus on being a servant. Focus on what our King suffered and went through. Like, compare yourself to the top, not the bottom. Just look at Christ. See what he did. Okay, he got beat, got hung on the cross. What the fuck is my problem? What the fuck am I talking? So I didn't get a plate first. All the steak is gone. Now there ain't no, so I'm 50, I can't get a plate. You know what I'm saying? What the hell are you talking about? What is it? Because you have to pick up this trash? That's what you complaining about? That's your suffering? Imagine how they slept in the basement with rats and roaches in order to build the school. And you mad because you got, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? So you just stay focused on the bigger picture. So always say, see the bigger picture, what it is about. It's about more than you. It's about others. Make your life about others. Don't make it about yourself. You'll be fine. You want to learn how to move up in the ranks, ask somebody, what do I need to do to be better? What can I improve upon? What do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? You'll get the answers. Sometimes it's needed. Rank is needed. Sometimes it's not. You need to be a captain, you need a zone to rule over. There is no zone unless you're going to Alaska and raising up 100 men. There's no need for you to be a captain. You know what I'm saying? We don't need any more generals. We had them. So Captain Zaryak is doing amazing work. He's not stopping. He's not working to become a general. He's working for the Lord. That's it. That's all. That's the class. All right. Shalom.